Hello, everybody. It is I, Zankoku, and welcome to I Got My Heart Broken. So here is a poem, the attempted weekly series where I share my poetry with you all, as well as my thoughts and feelings, and then I hope that the fact that I share my thoughts and feelings don't lead to me messing up any more of my relationships. Oh man, life. Anyways, I'm not saying that my relationships are ruined. It's just I feel like I have ruined all my relationships. Anyway, so um, today, coming off of last week's episode where I tried to be more positive and it, was about 75-80% there. This week, I really don't have much in the way of anything positive. I think I've extinguished most of the positivity already. So, now there is a new poem that I have finished that is positive and inspiring. However, I'm not going to recite it to you yet because that poem was inspired and written for a particular person, and that particular person, at least as far as I know, has not read it yet. And so until that person reads it, I want to keep it out of the public, until they have read it, because I think it loses some of its specialness if I just throw it out there before the person gets a chance to read it. So hopefully they read the poem and like it and are inspired by it, and it brings them happy joy feelings and stuff like that. It gives them a warm, glowing sensation inside. But in the meantime, since I don't have anything positive, and I've gone through a lot of dark, negative, sorrowful, depressing, despair, hopelessness, I thought, you know what? Let's do something a little different. Let's do some poems that are angry. Angry, yes, angry, and maybe even a little resentful and bitter and just oozing with rage. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some poems that are anger, rage centric. And so these, of course, have been inspired by past events in my life, way back in the past, many, many years ago. Nothing recent. So anyways, so I will do the poems and then talk about them a little bit after each poem. So let's get into this. So the first one is called Battle Line. Battle Line, yes. Let's get into it, shall we? This is the battle line between you and me, a no man's land as far as all can see. The shells of hate burst bright red, this forsaken valley of the dead. Devastated dreams deprived, drowned, screaming anger's violent sound, terrorizing tremors, trampling tumult, evil vengeances, wanton assault. I cannot accept you the way you are, your shallow selfishness going too far. You cannot accept me the way I am, my shallow selfishness not giving a damn. Killing all that stand between us, erroneous use of our own justice, devouring poor souls that cross our sight, we cloak our victims with endless night. Foolish friends fiendishly felled from our lives are now expelled. Lovely lust lusciously laughs last, a shattered remnant of our past. I cannot accept you the way you are. Your shallow selfishness going too far. You cannot accept me the way I am. My shallow selfishness not giving a damn. This is the battle line between you and me, deleting each other from our reality, casting stones of resentment to and fro, forced amnesia of love we cannot show. Sick, sadistic, selfish, sorrowful souls negate the other's happiness are our goals. Removing remaining remorseful reason, for us winter is the only season. I cannot accept you the way you are, your shallow selfishness going too far. You cannot accept me the way I am, my shallow selfishness not giving a damn. So there we go. That's very very intense. Very intense. I do like how I used alliteration in this one. Foolishly, or foolish friends fiendishly felled from our lives are now expelled. You know, it's interesting because it's like when something like that happens, when there's like a really bad break, and especially if someone thinks they're wronged, it becomes like this war, and especially if someone wants the other to feel the same amount of pain, or maybe even more pain, than they are experiencing because of this, and it leads to this sort of battle, and your friends, mutual friends, get caught in the middle, and they get the collateral damage and things like that, and soon you're just trying to erase all the existence of them. Throw away all their pictures, things like that. If any of their belongings are still around, you just want to get rid of it. It is a battle between two people to basically rid themselves of the feelings and pain of that situation. And sometimes you think the way to do that is to basically destroy the other person's existence. So, not like literally trying to destroy them, but I mean, some people might go way too far, and that's what you get, those crimes of passion, right? Anyways, but I think it's a natural sort of feeling, because it's like you're trying to get better, and you're trying to heal yourself, and anything that's going to remind you of them can often reopen and cause those feelings to come crushing through it. And so you want to try to avoid any of that type of stuff. So it's like you want a severing of that. And so, yeah, it is interesting. So that is Battle Line. So let's go to another one here. And this one is pretty close by. And so this one is called Finish It. Finish It. And this one is angry, but not necessarily wanting to. I mean, I'll say the poem, and then we can talk about it after. So here it is. Finish it. All right. This is what I want you to do. Destroy me with your betrayal so cruel. Bludgeon my body and tear my skin away. For my loving you, death is the price I pay. Kill me now. Finish what you started. Don't stop now until from life I'm departed. Pick up the knife and cut me once more. Make me suffer like I have never before. Wrap your lovely fingers around my neck. With crushing force, it should only take a sec. Kill me now, you selfish fucking whore. Don't stop now. Taste again my blood and gore. Burn out my eyes with your fierce fire. While giving me pain, you will never tire. Devour me now in your hellish flame. Your joy and my sorrow are one and the same. Kill me now. You must finish me. Don't stop now. This is what you owe me. So this one is angry, and it's angry because you're mad because it feels like you were attacked, and that you were beaten, and you were cut and bludgeoned and stabbed and sliced, and then just left for dead, just left to bleed out on the ground of your emotional wreckage, your life shattered around you, the pieces of your existence scattered about, and the person responsible for it doesn't even give you the common courtesy to put you out of your misery, but instead leaves you to just bleed out, to slowly and painfully writhe in the agony of the situation. And so, yes, this is an angry one, and this is angry at like how you do this, and you go up to a certain point and then you just leave, and you don't finish it. You don't finish what you started. You started to kill me, and you then left the job undone, and all that I had left was this pain and this sorrow and this destruction and a shattered life with shattered dreams, a shattered reality that I can't piece back together no matter how hard I try. And just that feeling continuously of it's over, it's all over, you're going, but you're not yet gone. And in a way, I lived that life where I was dead, but I wasn't dead. And so this feeling of like, how can I live and go on like this? And how horrible it was for them to do this to me and not just go full on destruction. And that's the thing is, like, they can't, I mean, unless they really kill you, they can't do that. And this is from a feeling of just anger at the situation, anger at what happened, and this feeling like I've been wronged, and there's no real solution to this except to just end it. And so, I mean, it's a dark place to be when you're feeling that. And I mean, I was in a really dark place during that time, and it took me a while to get out of that. So it is really angry, really resentful, bitter, all those words I said before. And that one kind of encapsulates it, because it's once again, it's anger, but it's not me saying I'm going to destroy you. I want to get retribution, revenge. It's almost saying that, like, none of that's going to really do anything to stop the pain. The only thing it seems that would is for you to. So, it's dark, yeah. Anyways, so there's that one. So I think we do a third one here, which it's kind of angry, but it's more cynical than angry, but it's still from a place of I would say frustration, but an angry frustration, or the anger that's birthed from frustration. So this one is called The Devastating Realization That Everything You Have Fought For Does Not Exist. So you can see why I say it's cynical, because it's pretty cynical. So let's do this. All right. Let's start with your self-image, what we see. A desperate attempt to be like everyone else, but still be me. How about that new high-salary career? Working so hard for a goal that's not clear. Oh, what fools we all are. It is all meaningless, my friend. Oh, how we could have come this far without noticing that we've passed the end. Let's continue with the American dream. I hear how hard it is to live, like swimming upstream. With all your work and bills, are you truly free? And your pursuit of happiness always leads to misery. Oh, what fools we have become, rising up just so we can fall. Oh, it seems to work out for some, but you don't realize that it has happened to all. Now let's talk about the love in which you fell. Or was it lusty sex? I could never tell. How about those good feelings that you thought would never end? Well, wait till she's with someone else and still wants to be your friend. Oh, what foolish things we do, having hope that it all will turn out well. Oh, don't you know dreams do not come true? For all our good intentions are lining our road to hell. So, yes, so that's an angry, cynical poem. And once again, going back to that one situation a long, long time ago, she still wanted to be friends, even after she left me for another person. And maybe that's one of the reasons why there's like a lot of rage there, because the gall of that sort of thing, like, you dropped me like a sack of garbage on the side of the road, and then you still expect me to try to be friendly with you, to try to still be a pal. And you know what? I did, it's foolish me. I tried, but, part of that was also like, perhaps I could somehow win her back. So, I tried. It did not work out, of course. And it can't work out. Like seriously, if you're going to do someone dirty, just sever it. Just don't try. Don't try to still be friends at that situation. If you drop someone for somebody else, drop them. Don't expect them to be friendly to you. You should expect them to be adversarial, because I mean you're the one who dropped them. You're the one who basically told them that you're horribly not good enough. This person's way better, and so I'm going with this person. Sorry, goodbye. And that's what you got to do. You just got to say goodbye, right? So once again, born out of anger, so that that whole last part, of course, was talk about the love in which you fell, or was it lusty sex? I could never tell. And that was one of those things too, because you think it's love, and then when it goes wrong and it goes bad, and you hear all the stuff about how love is this and love is that and love is forever and all that stuff. So you have to start thinking like it can't have been love, because it's not what all the cliches are, right? But the cynical part is like, well, of course, because love isn't those things. Love has expiration dates. Love has its whims. And in love you can lose its favor. It's just the way reality is. It's not perfect. There's no perfect love in the human world. So unfortunately, so cynical thing there, thinking that love is not love. It was just lust. It was just something else. And the other things, of course, talking about self-image. And this thing is true back then as it is now. A lot of people do these things because they're trying to be unique, but they're just doing the same thing a whole bunch of other people are. Nowadays, it's like tattoos and piercings and all this stuff. Like when I was teenager or whatever, it was much rarer for people to have tattoos, and now it's gotten out of hand. You got like face things going on, and honestly, I don't understand the aesthetic. It doesn't look good to me. It's like, that does not look good. I'm sorry, it's a distraction, and some of these people go, it's like, why can't I get a job? I'm like, because you look, sorry to say, but you look a mess. And it's hard to take you seriously when you look that way. I mean, sorry, Post Malone, but ick. What's that meme? Brother, ooh, anyways. But I mean, another thing, the whole, American dream thing. It's always been one of those things that people talked about, even back when I was a kid, like how the American dream is impossible. And now, more than ever, I think that might resonate with a lot of people because of the inflation situation, the economic situation, the way things are, interest rates, housing, a lot of things are feeling like they're out of reach. And there you go, how hard it is to live, like swimming upstream. There you have that. With your work and your bills, are you truly free? Because a lot of people feel like, that shackles them because they aren't going to be able to do the things that they want. But the flip side of that is doing the things you want does require things like food and energy. And some of the things you want to do require payment to parties that provide those things that you want to do. So I mean, it's a balance. Like, people have like the whole utopian communist dream is like they feel like that they don't have to work. They can go around, they can wake up at like noon, do whatever they want, and go to bed at like 2 a.m. and repeat that wonderful leisurely life. But the thing is, it's like, how are you getting electricity? People have to run the power plants. But if they're all like you and don't want to go to work, then who's running the power plants? No one. But I want to have power, so we need people to run power. Well, so now you're going to hope that there are people who want to volunteer. No, you're going to have people who are forced to do that stuff. So, like, and you want to go to the movies. Well, who's making, who's running the theater? It's got to be someone who loves running the theater. And there are people like that, yes, but they're not as plentiful. So you got to hope that you're in an area where there's someone who does that. Otherwise, you have to force people to run the movie theater. And you have to force people to make films and television shows. I mean, right now, people do it because they want to get paid. And so there's that incentive there. Anyways, before we get way off just get way off what we're talking about here. Let's move on, right? Anyways, so the thing is, oh, fools, or what fools we've become, rising up just so that we can fall. It's cynical, it's angry, and yeah. So there you have it, the devastating realization that everything you have fought for does not exist. So there you have it, 3 poems inspired by anger and rage, and yeah, so there we go. Anyways, so talking about feelings now, I've been fighting some feelings for the last couple weeks. These nagging thoughts in my mind. These just this sort of want from a part of me, just basically telling me that I should just give up. That I should give up. And not only should I give up and cut my losses and just, end my my fight, but that I should also go back to the way I was living before, to retreat back into my shell, to build up the walls, to protect myself. There's part of me that's like, it was better that way. It was better that way. Yeah, you were lonely, but you didn't have any heartache. You didn't have, you forced hope out of your life. And so you resigned yourself to being just the miserly, person, the guy at work, that guy over there, and just, not very talkative, not very social. And I should just go back to that because it was easier. I mean, in some ways it was easier that way. Trying to be, positive and trying to be better and to do better takes effort and it takes energy. And of course, the pursuit of the unlikely dream also takes a lot of energy, and I do get tired. I do get tired, and yeah, sometimes it feels like it would be just easier to just, give up and stop and go back to that. But, that's not what I want to do, though. But it's hard because, it's a battle within oneself. Ultimately, those feelings are feelings of giving up on your own self at that point. And I don't want to give up on myself, because I know where that leads. I know where that leads because I've been there and I've done that. And it is not a good place. And so I've got to continue to fight those thoughts and, beat them away as best I can. And, it's, you have to have hope. You have to have hope, because without hope, despair takes over. And when despair takes over, then the why bother happens, and you just let everything go, and then things just get a lot worse. So you got to fight for yourself. You got to fight for uh, your dreams and the life that you want. And I know that my current fight is a losing battle. I realize that. And, like I've said many times before, it's like I'm 95% sure that things will not turn out the way that I want them to. But I have to do this for me, because if I don't see it through and I give up, then I'm ultimately giving up on myself. So, and sometimes, you've got to do that. You have to fight a losing battle and learn from it and be better for it, and to grow. And so, I'm going to see it through to the end. And hopefully my struggle will be for an eventual good that will come of this, whether it's someone watching these videos getting inspired to turn their life around and to fight for that thing. If it ends up with someone I know getting motivated to seize their opportunities and their life and their dreams, and be shaken out of the sort of place that they are, great. I've found out through my life that I'm not sure exactly what my purpose is, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be the main character in this story. But there have been several times in my life where people have told me that I was there at the right time in their life, and that I was a miracle in some sort of way. And I've always found that weird, because I always felt myself more as like a curse than a miracle, because the way I feel like I fuck everything up eventually. How my insecurities and my doubts, and my over analyzing and over calculating ends up exploding in my face and making things worse. And when the few times people have said God sent me to them to, I don't even like to hear save them. I don't save anyone. I haven't saved a single person. I can't save myself. But just a specific situation in grade school, there was a person that I was friends with, and I hung out with, played with. We were kids, and he was even more, I guess you would say, nerdier than me, but he was really into Christian rock back when it was at Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant. Those. I mean, people right now would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But anyway, and I don't know what was going on in his life, but yeah, one day he was like, "I'm so glad that you've come into my life and hung out and played, and even though you weren't a big fan of the music, I didn't make fun of him. I didn't treat him poorly like other kids did." And so I don't know. And that really stuck with me. There was the first year in college, my roommate. Um, this college was in Kentucky. This was a Baptist college. Um, and he wasn't really like a believer, so to speak. And, one day he became a believer, and I didn't really think I had anything to do with that because, I've never been really, evangelical when it comes to, my faith and beliefs. Um, I try to just try to be a good person and let that be like the testimony, the witnessing. Um, and of course, I fail so much. That's why I don't really have the like I feel like I don't have the moral authority to preach to anyone when it comes to like faith and things like that. But yeah, I mean, he said that like we were put together for a reason, and the way that I was, facilitated him coming to that light, and I was like, really, wow, okay. I don't think I had much in the way of doing anything, but I mean, thank you, I guess. But was other things like that, like some of my old coworkers um, have on occasion said things like, um, things would have been different if like, they worked there and I wasn't there, and so, I've had an effect on people, and I'm surprised when it's a positive effect because I always feel like um, I'm such a disaster. And plus, I'm like I said, like, one of my friends says, I'm so Mr. Negativo all the time. Bad accent. Anyways, uh, but I mean, I guess in the end, maybe I'm hoping that, because I can't be the hero that I want to be, that maybe in some way I can be a little bit of a hero in some other way. And maybe maybe that's the thing, because I've always made the joke like, all my ex-girlfriends got married. I mean, sure. So honestly, you're looking to marry someone, just date me for a little bit and then leave me, because you'll find the right guy, and also all the two colleges I went to are now universities. So if you're thinking about becoming a university, just I have that effect. I show up and the place just gets better immediately after I leave. After I'm gone, bam! Now we're at university. Bam! Now, I'm gone. Now you're married. You're uh, I I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, that should be the end of this struggle session here. And thank you all for watching another episode of I Got My Heart Broken, so here is a poem. And remember, internet, stay sexy, stay strong, fight for yourself, and be good. All right. Catch you later.